Hello everyone, it's Jeannie. How are you? I hope you're well. Thank you for being on my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for your wonderful comments. I appreciate them all so much. As I mentioned before in another previous video, one of you, a gal named Sarah Turner, was telling me that I would love these All-American Ads books. And so I bought my first one, the 70s, and then the 60s, and I've done those. And I promised you the 80s. Yay, here it is. Very different, very different. Of course, every decade is different. So, Sarah, thank you for this thread of, for the thread of this series. It's been really fun going back through these decades. Now, these books, they're expensive. It's like, look how thick they are. The only one that wasn't thick was that small paperback one I got from the 60s. But I want to show you what else I got, and I totally splurged. Thank you for those buy me a cup of coffee things in my descriptions, because that's what I've been using to buy these things. So look what I got. Not on this video, but it's coming. 50s. And, oh my god, they weigh so much. 1940s. So, those are 2 more videos that will be coming up in the future as part of this blast to the past, looking through these All-American Ads of what was popular in America during those decades. Now, remember, the early 70s are different than the late 70s. The early 80s are different than the late 80s. And so I think these kind of generalize the whole era pretty much, and they do a good job. So when I was looking through the 70s, I showed you a couple of the ads that brought back some strong memories. And remember, scent memories are huge. I think they're with you forever. And I saw a couple of shampoos, and I think I commented saying, I wonder if they make it anymore, because you don't see it in the stores. One was, gee, your hair smells terrific. And somebody wrote to me, I think it was Esme, said, hey, I think the Vermont Country Store still sells those. I bought them. I just had to. It was like, when you get a craving and you can't rest until you get that thing. I had to smell these again. Now, these were expensive. And I think they were each like right around 17 bucks. So $34 for, gee, your hair smells terrific. So this is the shampoo. And so when I got it, I was so excited about opening it and smelling it and being transported back to the 70s. And it was like just a big so what? It's a big nothing burger. My heart was broken. Yes, I took it into the shower and used it. Both of them. I'm sorry, whoever makes this. Who makes this? Aha. It says, made in the USA for the Vermont Country Store. I don't know that this is really the same recipe. It's not the scent I remember. So, yes, I was disappointed. That being said, I had another scent memory from something I saw. Lemon Up shampoo and conditioner. Same thing, like 17 or 18 bucks. And this is also made for the Vermont Country Store. They've got a lot of cool retro things, even retro candies, which are really fun. But this smells exactly how I remember it. But I also remember it not being super good for my hair. Like it stripped it maybe? I don't remember. So, oh, but it smells just like a lemon. It really does. So I haven't used this one yet. After I used the Gee, your hair smells terrific, I had to go back to my good stuff because my hair has just been, I've been in the sun a lot, I've been swimming a lot, and my hair is feeling like straw a little bit. So I'm deep conditioning it. And, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. So now we're going to look at the 80s. And I started reading the preface, which is a long preface. And the thing about the 80s, what they say, they call it, or they start off saying, crotch bulge, the new frontier. What? In 1980, Americans elected Ronald Reagan as president of the United States. The former host of TV's General Electric Theater and ex-governor of California was given a sizable mandate to pitch the campaign of his life, a new American dominion. Globalization was on the horizon, a new social order was in the air, and Reagan was poised. Reagan's 80s were indeed tumultuous. The Soviet Union made its final Iron Curtain call, and the people of all Soviet bloc nations won freedom from oppression. Meanwhile, Calvin Klein unveiled its first underwear for men advertisements, and billboards, and the American people earned the right freely to view crotch bulge in public. So, anyway, and then it says, as the surly communist superpower succumbed to American Cold War might, sensuous supermodels Kathy Ireland, Christy Brinkley, Cindy Crawford conquered the American mass media, especially advertising. So, that whole Star Wars missile defense system was big, the space program. Anyway, it also, that period debuted Madison Avenue's major feats for those. That included Joe Camel's smooth character, I'll show you, Coors Silver Bullet, and Spuds McKenzie, the Bud Light party dog. AIDS emerged as a deadly pandemic, and the decade was besieged by various other crises. Yet true to character, the advertising industry ignored any disagreeable contradictions for the sake of its messages. Capitalism was, on the rise. People were being constantly barraged by ads, And people believe those ads. I need to buy, I need to buy, I need to buy. Credit card debt started going up because credit cards became widely available. And so why can't you have that, jewelry or perfume or clothing line or this or that if you can just get a credit card that pays for it? And sadly, that hasn't changed very much. Credit card debt is still, I think, sky high for our country. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of geopolitical stuff that we could go into, and that's not what this is about. This is looking at a slice of life through the 80s, through the advertising. And I loved what was on the back. It said, "Totally rad ads." Totally rad. That was one of the terms. So we're just going to flip through. I know it's huge, but I'm going to go kind of quickly because it's organized into very easy sections. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts, and I know I have a lot of younger people who this will definitely relate to. When we get to the 50s and 40s, I hope some of you can pipe in on your thoughts and feelings about that time. I wasn't there, so I won't be able to give you my blah, blah, blah and thoughts and opinions. But I always manage. Okay, so now let's change this camera around and get into it. Again, Sarah Turner, thank you for this, suggesting these. And I look forward to sharing this with you. Okay, here we go. All-American ads. And this face, this kind of artwork of a, woman, a glam woman, is very, very 1980s. Okay, we'll jump right into it. See, they give a long talk about the 80s. Some of the magazines, Cosmo, Big Hair, Big Makeup, Newsweek, Hustler. Oh, by the way, this is a preview. I have some popular mechanics from 1950s, so that will be coming up someday. Okay, you guys, look at John Travolta here. This is what he used to look like. Hey, let me hold that up. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, not quite yet. There we go. I love that this first ad is, what was his name? He-Man, Skeletor. What was this? Snake Mountain or something? Yeah, Snake Mountain. And our boys had these plastic things everywhere. Okay, so we're going to get into the 80s alcohol and tobacco. Okay, and you know what? Just like any of the other decades, you know, trying to find a clever alcohol ad. You know, a popular person, a way to make it look cool, you know. 2010, the year we make contact, huh? I don't think we have yet. Like Budweiser. Oh, look at those Budweiser girls. Very 80s. Grace Jones. What is it for? Tropical fruit juice wine, like a wine cooler. Grand Marnier. Here's the dog. I think his name was Mackenzie or something like that. Yeah, Mackenzie. Spuds Mackenzie, the original party animal. I do remember these ads. Very country warm. Okay, Perrier. Oh, Paul Masson will sell no wine before its time. Oh, and look at this. Joan Collins. So look at this gold lame. Big hair, big makeup, big gold jewelry, and a lot of gold lame. I remember once I went to a wedding and the bride wore completely gold lame, big, fluffy, foofy gold lame. Okay, vodka. I don't know what that is. Soju. Malibu rum. And this is the other side of the 80s, kind of starting in with punk. Okay, oh, I see this and it's like, Johnny be good. This is the guy who starred in Dallas, J.R. He was also in the 60s in I Dream of Jeannie. He was the astronaut that Jeannie in the bottle, you know, he found. If you haven't seen I Dream of Jeannie, you should. Those were funny. And she was very groundbreaking in that outfit she wore, showing her stomach, her navel. So they still have women looking cool, smoking, but there are warning signs now. It says, warning, Surgeon General's warning, cigarette smoke contains carbon monoxide. If you smoke, please try Carlton. And this warning says, the Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. Smoking by pregnant women may result in fetal injury, premature birth, and low birth weight. But they still have the Marlboro Man. And I think he died of cancer. I could be wrong, but I don't remember. I kind of heard that. I think the first cigarette I ever tried was a Marlboro because a girlfriend of mine had some, and I tried it, and it was like, wow, oh, harsh. And then Joe Camel. Very cool. Very cool. But the problem with this is it appealed to kids, and so that's why this campaign finally ended. Beer. Oh, here we go. Automobiles that I would love to drive. And my husband would love to own that and fly it. Now, I did not like many of the cars of the 80s, I tell you. They were just janky. And, look at that Ford Mustang. And the Le Car Renault. Now I know gas, was rising and whatnot, but still, they just were ugly, in my opinion. Okay, a friend of mine had this car, and it was a 5-speed, I think. And my car, my little Ford Mustang, was having some work done on it, and I needed to go to San Francisco. Well, San Francisco is a city of hills, steep hills, and you'll come up a hill and come to a stoplight, and you're on a hill like that. Well, I had never driven a stick shift on hills and had to stop at an angle, like that. And so she said, just make sure to use the emergency brake, which was on the, right next to the seat. So she said, let out the clutch very slowly, give it a lot of gas, and keep the emergency brake tight and slowly let the emergency brake off. So I had to remember that. And I gave it so much gas and let off the clutch really slow and then let off the brake. And it burned out. I took a year or two off her tires with burning rubber and making sounds, not going and getting smoke up. And then, because I didn't want to hit the car in front of me, and I didn't want to roll back and hit them. And it worked, but boy, was that a scene. I still think about that. That was 40-something years ago. Holy moly. A Volvo. That's a nice classic Volvo. So nicer cars like Mercedes and Jags, Ferrari, Lotus, exotic. Never in our price range. I know my thumbs are freaky. I try to keep them straight, but they're double jointed. So if they start going back and being freaky and gross you out, I'm really sorry. Sorry, not sorry. And I remember when the cars had this kind of velour seating. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Oh, I would love to have that now. Oh, a 928 or a 911. Oh, yeah. All right. Still station wagons. And minivans started coming out with the Dodge Caravan. That was one of the first popular brands of minivans, the Mommobile. GMC had one, not quite mini, but now look at these two gals. It shows them on Rodeo Drive shopping. They've got, their boxes, wrapped up, bags of stuff, nice clothes, 80s hair and makeup. And, what this says is, we're wealthy. We can spend money, and we look rich and all that. I remember I went down to Beverly Hills, LA and Beverly Hills with a friend, and she and I, we stayed at some swanky hotel. Was it the Beverly Hills Hotel? Yes, it was. And, we saved. We were like two poor ladies, young ladies, staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And we went down shopping, walking up and down Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. And they had the store Giorgio, and I went in and bought a perfume there. And thing. And then I bought, there was a dog store. It was called Four Paws. You know, like faux paws, F-A-U-X. It was F-O-U-R, paws. And I bought, I don't know, something for my dog. Something cheap. And we walked around like we were rich, you know, window shopping. But I couldn't afford anything on that street, in that area. Okay. Range Rovers and Jeeps, Forerunners, mud cars. I'm going to go faster. Motorcycles, Vespas, you know. I didn't know anybody with a Vespa. Saw a lot of these in Italy in my later years. These kinds of, you know, motorcycle things. Hall & Oates, look at them. Oh my gosh. A Pontiac Fiero presents Daryl Hall and John Oates. Okay, business and industry. Let's see what they've got. Nuclear energy, trying to give a push because of the oil embargo that we went through in 1973. They were looking at alternative energies. So nuclear was one. Okay. Water, gas, energy. Life insurance. Oh my gosh, I love the computer technology of this time because it was really, really starting to be more widespread now. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Look at the pixelations here. Let me show you that. Oh, look at this keyboard. Look at that. This is the Mac. Apple came out with the Mac, and their Apple used to be this rainbowy type color. Oh my gosh, I so remember these. Yes. The Apple IIc. Now, when I first started using a computer, it was DOS, not an Apple, so we had to learn DOS, you know, / you know, this, that, the other. Oh my gosh, you had to memorize all these codes. Look at these. Okay, so let's look at the price of one of these computers. So I'm going to pull up my inflation calculator, and let's call this 1984. Okay, so let's go into 1984 and just put in the cost of one of these. So you get, you think, oh, $3,500, no big deal. Let's put in the Lisa 2/5, $44.95. $44.95. Calculate. That would be, in today's dollars, $13,587. Can you believe that? Over $13,000 for a computer. That's why we never had one in our house for a long time. Then HP. HP was a big, contender. IBM. Yeah, NCR. Oh my goodness. And here's what the discs looked like. If you guys are younger, you don't remember these floppy disks. And I don't know, they're probably 10 megabytes, something really small. And games are drawing games are starting. Wow. Epson printers. Now, the printers back then were called, oh, what was that when it went back and forth, back and forth? Dot matrix? I think it was dot matrix. And so it would just spit out ding, 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 ding. Okay, oh, I love this ad. Let's see. It says, do you want a cigarette or do you need the nicotine? So the American Lung Association is starting to do ads on nicotine dependence and, you know, the bad health you get with smoking. Okay, now this is, I think, military options: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, that kind of thing. Join the Navy, National Guard. Remember, we're getting into the, you know, the space, you know, sending things up to space, satellites and whatnot. Northrop, that was a really big company because they have huge government contracts. McDonnell Douglas. Okay, let's go to consumer products. Watches, Rolex. Okay, this is again where the high consumerism, you know, you've made it when you own a Rolex and drive a Mercedes and, you know, these high-end Omegas, whatever. And people bought into that, and I think I know people who went into debt for the look. You know, look at me, I'm successful. It was a huge thing back then to look successful, make people think you're this Fortune 500 company, or, you know, Mr. Success or Miss Success or Mrs. Success. I like that outfit. Okay, jewelry. Now, here's very classic 80s. She's in this nice little, you know, whatever bathing suit, one piece, but look, she's got her gold, heavy gold jewelry on. And I'm telling you, who in their right mind would be out in the ocean wearing this kind of gold jewelry? Not me. Okay, Post-its. Oh, here we go. MasterCard. All it takes is success. See? So this kind of look, a lot of men wanted this, and a lot of women were attracted to this. I knew several couples who went deep into debt with trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to keep up with this look, you know? So American Express, Carte Blanche, Discover, MasterCard. Buying the right clothes, the right pens, the right shoes. You know, advertising just is such a major influence. And I hope you out there who, you know, feel like you're easily influenced, think about that. Think about that. You don't need all the stuff you see being pumped out on TikTok or Instagram or by an influencer, or, you know, all that heavy consumerism. Yeah, stuff is great. Convenient things are great, but just be smart. Don't hit click. Don't hit enter so soon. Give something a day or two before you buy it. Very punk rockish, big hair. Oh my gosh, look at that big hair. All right, Pepto-Bismol. All right, colognes, flossing. Oh, condoms ads. That is new. Oh, look at this. Tropical Blend Dark Tanning Oil. These do not have any sunscreen in them. And this is why, as part of for me, 60s, 70s, and into the 80s, I was super dark. And I get dark very easily. Very, very easily. All of these Banana Boat, after sun lotion, but dark tanning lotion. There's a 4. That's good. SPF 4. Oh my goodness. Jazzercise. I was in Jazzercise. I had leotards and I wore those things, what do you call them, leg warmers? They didn't warm up my legs. And tennis shoes, the kind of the high top tennis shoes. Yep. Boy, I could do that. I went like 2 or 3 times a week. Okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Sofa. I never saw these. I don't know these ads. I've never seen them. Sheets. Sorry, I'm going fast, but that's as big. Okay, cat food and dog food. Happy Cat. Happy Cat. Okay, Strawberry Land. Do any of you remember those? They kind of look, Strawberry Shortcake. Yeah, I remember her. And that my girls were into later in the 80s when they were little girls. Play-Doh. I've always loved Play-Doh. I love the smell of it. Oh my goodness, look at these little record player type things. Michael Jackson became really big in the 80s. I loved him. Oh, here, this is a Barbie ad, but this little girl, she starred in, what was that movie? And she got, sucked into the TV. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I know one of you will. Okay. Toys. Let's see, more Strawberry Shortcake toys. You know what I haven't seen are, maybe we'll see it, Cabbage Patch Dolls. Oh my goodness, those were such a rage. Etch-a-Sketch. Now, I had this in the 60s, so yeah. And then board games were always great. I grew up with Candyland and Operation and Life. We had those. Smurfs were big. They came out. Okay, what is this? Okay, so this is for Kmart, showing what they sell. Yeah. Garfield came out. Hacky sack. Frisbee. I don't know what that is. Scrabble sensor. Electronic word game. Huh, interesting. Trivial Pursuit. That was a fun game. We loved that. We had a box. We got this when I still lived at home and had fun with that. Snowboarding. That was a new thing. Yep. Okay, movies. Batman. Oh, look at Bill Gates with a disc, a floppy disk. Bill Gates, he's just so young there. Oh, look at this. No AIDS in school. So this is a Newsweek ad. You know, people didn't know anything about AIDS. It was such a big fear. And you know who really broke down the stereotype of treating someone with AIDS like, a leper was Princess Diana. And, she hugged someone, and that was a picture that went around the world. Holding someone's hand, I think, yes, holding this guy's hand and giving him a hug. I loved seeing that. Okay. Okay, TVs. Oh my goodness. This is a recording, how to record a program. Oh my goodness. To put a VCR on, you had to learn how to program it, get the time right, and they went out all the time. Everywhere where I went, you'd see a blinking 12 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Okay. Oh, and these were the tapes that you would use to record videos on or record movies from your TV. And stereos, again, were big in the 70s and into the 80s. All these big components. Oh, look, a CD. The CD made its debut. Yeah. But we still had tape cassettes. Boom boxes. Yep, we had boom boxes. Walkmans. We called them Walkmans. Not this particular brand, but that was cool to be able to have a Walkman. Okay. Guitars. Lots of new electronics. Look at this copy machine. Big. You didn't have anything like that in your house. Oh, I loved Pac-Man. That was so fun. Oh, and Atari. We had an Atari machine, and I loved Space Invaders and Asteroids. Oh, those were so fun. Centipede, that was another good one. But look at the graphics. So simple and basic. Calculators. Everybody had a calculator, finally. And look at to record, you guys with phones and taking videos, look at what we used to have to do. And this was small. Polaroid, Instamatics. This is the day you still, had to get a lot of your film developed. You took it somewhere, and they had 24-hour developing places, little kiosks, Kodak kiosks. Oh, and these portable phones. You couldn't go very far from the base or it would get staticky, but it did start helping, It was the start. Yeah, look at that. These portable phones. Okay, and household gadgets. Movies. Okay, Star Wars. Star Wars was so big. think I'll tell you a movie I haven't seen because I've seen all these. Saw Harry Met Sally, When Harry Met Sally, Private Benjamin. That was funny. Twins, Ghostbusters. I did not see that. I did not see Howard the Duck. I loved Eddie Murphy in the 80s. Oh, he was funny. That's a movie that had me so depressed days for days. Very much like Apocalypse Now. Sophie's Choice. Oh, did not like it. Xanadu. Look at how young Tom Hanks is. Oh my goodness. Oh, I had a big crush on Kevin Costner. Yep. I hope you're able to see this and, see some of the... I don't want to read every single one to you. Fatal Attraction. Oh, that was one heck of a woman to, have an affair with. Oh, Mommy Dearest. Joan Crawford. That was and I loved Moonstruck. I loved Cher and Nicolas Cage. That was a good movie. And Amadeus, about Mozart. If you haven't seen the original Amadeus, you should see it. It was so good. E.T. There's another one that was huge, coming this summer to a theater near you. Mad Max. I never liked those post-apocalyptic movies. They freak me out, where society just unravels and it's insanity. I don't like that. And I don't like scary movies. Do not like them. Nope, I don't. Life is scary enough without this garbage. Nope. Those were good. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. They were enjoyable. Very fun. And Beetlejuice. That was cute. And Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That was great. Madonna, very big in the 80s, of course. And Michael Jackson. Oh. Joan Collins. Wow. Dynasty on Wednesdays. I watched Dynasty. I watched... What was the other one? Knots Landing. And... I think there might have been one more. Oh, I loved The Thornbirds Now. I loved the book. The book was so good. But they did a good job with the movie. Okay. Liberace. The movie. Willie Nelson. Dang, that guy is old. Duran Duran. I did go see them. MTV. That changed music videos and bands and whatnot. Max Headroom. Oh my goodness. Wow. Blondie. Not yet. I never went down kind of like the punk thing. I was either kind of mixed, I liked soft, artsy, folksy folk music, and I also liked Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, but I never went down the punk rock, I love Sade. I liked jazz, soft jazz. Oh my goodness, I love her voice. And Tina Turner. How do you... Oh, she was a genius. And Rolling Stones, of course. Grateful Dead, yeah. And Bob Dylan. And Lyle Lovett. I like him now more than I did then. He's got some fun albums out. Okay. Huey Lewis and the News. That was a good, that was a great band. Yeah. Conan the Barbarian. I remember that movie, and I remember there just wasn't a lot of dialogue. Okay, Versace. Oops. Chanel. See, we're getting into that high-end, pushing the consumerism. Oh, I love that outfit. Chanel is timeless in many of their things. Sybil Shepherd. Wow. Look at that. Farrah Fawcett. And it, Kathy Ireland. This is all about the hair. Get the good big hair. Big hair, big color. Obsession for men, for the body. Obsession. And there we go. This was groundbreaking for being able to show men's underwear ads. Calvin Klein. And remember the Brooke Shield ad that said, "Nothing comes between me and my Calvin Kleins." Ooh, Valentino. Look at those, that big, voluminous, fabric. United Colors of Benetton. I remember when these ads started coming out. Yeah. Lot of color, lot of color. Yeah. Aliens. Okay. I was previewing that. Okay, tennis shoes. Oh, yeah. Tennis shoes. Which tennis shoe? I think shoes, sneakers, that kind of thing. They've always been very big on marketing for various kinds of shoes. Air Jordans and whatnot. Reeboks. Adidas. The Nike slogan of "Just do it." I just told somebody that today. Just do it. And then I put in quotes, Nike. Paula Abdul. We used to do jazzercise to her music. Straight up now, tell me how you gonna make me forever. Yeah, this is kind of what we looked like. Oh, look at those colors. Wow. More colors. Batman shoes. My boys would have liked those. Oh, Joe Montana. That's somebody else I had a big crush on. Quarterback for the 49ers. Number 16. Yes. Ah, leg warmers. That's what I used to wear. Why? Why? Okay, bras. Thank goodness it fits. Oh boy. Okay, Sophia Loren. Wow. Big glamoury. Wow. Lauren. Ralph Lauren. Ah, here's Brooke Shields. This ad was so popular. It was a huge ad campaign for them. Saint Laurent, Valentino. Look at the shoulder. Look at that padded shoulder. Wow, and the angular, very angular. See that? Sorry about the glare. Typical ad for United Colors of Benetton. Wow. These make for long videos, huh? Calvin Klein for kids. Playboy sunglasses. Oh man, that looks good. That is timeless. A good donut. Okay, so foods. Grape nuts. Ew. Desiccated chicken breast, it looks like. Weight Watchers in the freezer. Yep. And lean cuisine. Those were very big back then. Okay, more donuts. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. Godiva chocolate. Cheese Whiz. Yeah, foods. Perrier, Earth's first soft drink. Gatorade, McDonald's. Body by Tab. Oh my goodness. Diet, diet, diet. Everything is diet. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. Pizzeria rice. So you make the crust out of rice. Oh. Okay, airplanes. Ooh, look at that big 747. Oh, Air France, the Concorde. Oh. I wonder if we'll get supersonic travel again. I think we will. Boeing's really investing in it. United Airlines, 747. Oh, that's where I stayed, the Beverly Hills Hotel. Oh man. I remember my girlfriend and I were hoping we'd run into movie stars. We didn't. Travel was becoming much more popular and affordable. Universal Studios. That's a fun place. I mean, I haven't been to the one in Orlando, but I've been to the one in California, Southern California. Club Med, Virgin Islands, Mexico, Alaska, Windjammer Cruises, and that's it. Okay. That was the 80s. That was the 80s. Well, what did you think? Any trips down memory lane for anybody? Big color, big hair, big makeup, that encapsulates big spending. So I hope you enjoyed this. I did. And I look forward to showing you the next two. There are some other videos that may come in between, but that's okay. So I'm happy about the lemon up. Gee, your hair smells terrific. Not so much. I think it stinks. Anyway, I wish you well. I hope you found this relaxing. I hope you were able to get through it without falling asleep completely. It might take a few times, I know, for some of you. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye for now.